Hey guys, welcome to another video here with Queen City Reefs and more. This time we're going to be talking a little bit more about this Red Sea Peninsula 650. I'm in love with this tank. I mean, I've always have wanted a Peninsula tank. Wait. Before we move forward, let's take a brief moment and hit that subscribe button. It's that easy. But guys, I'd really appreciate it. I know that there's a lot of viewers that are not subscribed. I'm hoping that you will. We have a long journey ahead of us. I'm hoping you like this video. From what I've been told, liking this video will get my video out there. It's another way and a way of sharing, which brings me to sharing. Please share it. Let's get the word out there. I'd like for everyone to follow my journey. For those that don't know me, my name is Dennis. I moved here from Texas about 3 years ago. We've lived here in North Carolina, the Charlotte area, for the last 3 years. We have all our close family in Texas, and it's been a little tough, but I think throughout these years we've adapted, and we're now here where we are, closer than ever to each other, and decided to start this channel to share our journey with other people, with y'all, with our viewers, and with everyone following this channel. So all right, let's keep going. So today we're going to be adding the sand that I bought from saltwateraquarium.com. It is the Two Little Fishies Outstanding Selections Live Aragonite Special Coarse Reef Sand, anywhere between 1 and 3 millimeters. I think I haven't opened it yet, so y'all are gonna get to see it with me, but I think this is gonna be perfect for this tank. I think it's going to be coarse enough to not be, thrown everywhere with the power heads. But I think it still won't be too thick to where you can't keep a lot of animals like wrasses and gobies and jawfish and all that. But before we go there, so here is the tank one more time. This is the aquascape I ended up going with. I am still debating whether I want to keep, and I'm so sorry about the glare, guys. But here we go. I'm still debating whether I want to keep this guy right here. I love it. I paid for it, and I just wouldn't get my money's worth. So I'm thinking, being that it's a separate piece, if I end up not wanting it in the future, I can always just remove it. So for now, yes, it's gonna stay. But I still keep that in the back of my head whether I want to keep it or not. All this is CaribSea's Live Rock, which has, it states that it has this dormant bacteria, but I'm still going to use my own bacteria. And I'm also going to dose it with ammonia to let it go through its cycle process. Where I have not been successful with the other tank is all this algae that I've been growing. I think it's because as patient as I have been, I have not been patient enough to put the lights, put the pumps, put all the equipment. And if there's one thing that I might have just needed to hold back on, was those lights. I think that through the cycle process, I just you don't really need the lights. But I can see where people would argue and say, why not? But I'm gonna try the opposite with this one. I'm not gonna put some lights yet, mainly because I haven't decided on what I want to put yet. I've been thinking about those reef breeders, Photon V2s, but there's not a long enough one for this one, at least not by the specs. I think it's 50 inches, and this one from back to front goes 63. Maybe if I put it, right in the middle, it'd probably be perfect, but we'll see. I've also been thinking about the Ecotech Marine G5s, the XR30s, because I'm thinking I'm gonna want them so that I don't have to do a LED a T5 hybrid. I'm thinking I would want the XR30 so that I can have enough spread. I would put them the long ways that way, not this way. It'd be going across, maybe 3 or 4. I'm thinking 4 of them, so that there's enough light on both sides of any coral that's growing, and I don't have to sit there and worry about the distribution of the light. I've also been thinking of the Red Sea LEDs, the 90 watt ones. It seems like they have enough penetration, and I know they're new, but it says that the recommended coverage is 24 by 24 in this tank. From the outside, when you measure it from this edge to the other edge, is 24 inches. So within, it's actually maybe 23. So I mean, that's another option, but then there goes the whole idea of making sure that it has lights on both sides. I mean, my mind is running wild, honestly, with thinking of what lights to put, but I guess we'll see. Anyway, so let's go ahead and open this box here and let's see what this sand looks like. I'm going to use a kitchen knife. Works just as well. You're wondering, it's just a big old bag of sand, nothing fancy. All right. And here is the final result. Here's all the sand. The sand looks great. Can't complain. I am truly happy with this sand. Would I buy it again? Hell yes. I made some changes to the rock. So we did make some changes to the rockscape. There used to be a platform right here and this is what I mentioned in the beginning of the video. This, I flipped it the other way so I could get the flat part, and then the bottom part kind of interlocks with the other rock, and it's, you know, pretty sturdy. The rock that was over there, that was actually two right here. One of them, I put it on that side right here. As you can see, I figured I would kind of make a bridge right there in a little hiding area right here, and I can just put corals on top of right here. And the other one, I noticed that when you put enough pressure, which honestly I don't think it would have mattered because it was really sturdy to where you had to put pressure in order to move this, but when you did, you could, going that way it wouldn't really move, but this way you could tilt it with putting enough pressure. And I felt like putting this right here. Maybe I'll glue it down right there. I kind of tilted it that way so that I can sort of put it in there so it holds up. As you can see, it's not touching the bottom, so it's actually that rock at some point, it's actually touching enough to hold it there. So from the long area, you'll see, you know, there's, I guess that could be a little space for the small fish. I want to dedicate this tank to mostly small fish, so we'll see how that goes. But here's one last look. This will be the end of this video. I do not plan on putting any water on here for the next few days until I you know, give it another glance over and make sure that this is what I like, and then I'm gonna decide if I glue these down with some of that putty. You know, I don't think I'm gonna, you know, do it to an extreme where it's gonna be very, you know, glued to it, because I'm thinking that if I ever want to move it, I'm gonna have a hard time. So just enough so that it won't move with any force unless you really yank it off, and that's why I plan on putting maybe just a little bit. Aside from that, this is gonna be what it looks like most likely, once I fill it up with water and let it run for a few weeks while it cycles. All right, guys, I really appreciate it if you again, if you subscribe, if you give me the thumbs up button, and leave a comment below. Also hit the notification bell so you can always get reminded when new videos are uploaded. I'd really appreciate it if I can hear from y'all and get some comments on what y'all think, and, you know, from what you're seeing so far. And I hope y'all follow me on this other journey with this Peninsula tank. All right, guys, see you on the next one.